Hello everybody, I'm Ellbristow. Welcome back to Ellitopia Gaming and welcome to a new series. Today we are taking a look at Software Inc. from Core Dumping, and this game is ridiculously addictive. This game, I don't know if you've ever played games like this. I mean, this is game dev Tycoon meets The Sims, basically. It takes the idea of the game Tycoon game to completely new levels. And I didn't do a first play on this because I didn't really know what to expect. This is actually in alpha. This is quite an early alpha. I didn't know what to expect, so I didn't do a first play. And actually, I wish I had. But now I've decided that we're going to try a series in this. We are going to set up a new game. And we're going to pick our company name, which is going to be Ellitopia Software. And we are going to name our character, which is going to be Ellbristow, of course. He is male. Let's have a look. That hairstyle, you only have a choice of two hairstyles. So I'll go with that one because I'm not bald. I'm also not ginger. So let's go with something like that. Skin colour, yeah, I'm pretty pasty faced. That'll do for me. Pants, let's see, should we have pants or shorts? I'm English, I don't call them pants. Let's go for shorts because I do call them shorts. Let's have like a brown khaki kind of colour. Where are we? Something like that'll do. Apply. And we've got shirt and jacket, or t-shirt. It's got to be a t-shirt, hasn't it? Let's go with something red. I like kind of a dark red t-shirt. Something like that. There we go. There is me. There is Ellbristow, kind of. Personality. I've never really played around. I haven't played around with these things particularly. Apparently the default is generous and optimistic. I don't really know what these do to the character, so we're gonna leave those as default. Down here we get to pick our specializations and our skills and things like that. We can be a leader, programmer, designer, artist, marketer. I'm going to reduce the marketer skill a little bit. Because employing another marketer a bit later is quite easy and not particularly expensive. I am going to reduce the leader skill because I would much rather hire a specialised leader than be the leader myself. So I'm going to reduce that right down. And in fact, I'll remove it completely because I don't need to be a leader. And then we'll go with, just leave those as default. Programmer, designer, artist, all quite high. That should set us off quite well. That skin colour is ridiculously pale, isn't it? Let's just darken that a little bit. There we go. That's a little bit better. That's a bit more like me. I do live in Spain after all. You can't help but get a little bit of a tan. Specialisation, design, code and art, 2D. 2D is the default. 2D art or audio art. Shall we stick with 2D? Yeah, I think we'll stick with 2D. We'll stick with 2D across the board for those. Up here, the scenario, we're going to be playing free play. There is a competition scenario, but that's very limited in what we can do. We're not going to be looking at that in this series. Starting money, we'll leave it as default, which is €9,000. The starting year is 1980, 2 years before I was born. Environment, forest, city, desert or tundra. City will give us like a car park next to us, but could limit the amount of space that we've got to build. We'll stick with forest. Difficulty medium. We could go with easy, but no, I think we'll stick with medium. And we'll stick with 1 day per month. No mods installed. Let's start the game. And here we go. This is our starting map, our starting area, and we have a bus stop and a street light. And that is it. That is everything we have. So we need to start off by building our offices, our first offices. Where shall we build them? Let's build them in this corner, shall we? And then we can... No, let's build them in this corner, and we'll extend out this way, maybe. And that way can be parking or something like that. Let's not go right against the edge, and we'll do something like a 4x4, costing us €2,500. Very small little starting office. And we'll stick a basic door on it. We'll stick some basic windows on it. One there. One there, one there. We can change those later. That's about all we need from there. Let's get some furniture. Oh no, I'll tell you what, before we do furniture, let's change the patterns. Exterior pattern, let's have like a wooden slatted outside to our building. The interior, what should we go with? I quite like that. And the floor, we'll go with a wooden floor or a tiled floor. Or should we have like a carpeted plain floor? Let's have a plain carpeted floor. Then let's go for room colours. Exterior, we'll have a white exterior. Interior, we'll go with like a pale blue. Not so much green though. Something like that. That's quite a nice colour. Yeah, we'll go with that. And the floor, something dark. Ooh, red, green, blue. Let's see. Or should we go with really dark? We'll go with a very, very dark blue. We'll stick with blue, but a very, very dark blue. There we go. Apply. And we will save that as the default styles. So any new construction that we do will follow that same style. And there we go. There's our first office building. Let's get some tables and things in here. We'll go with glass tables. And we'll put them near the window. We can have an office chair. And that will need an old computer. More pixels than you can count on one hand. There we go. There is our computer. What colour should we have our computer? Should we have a... Let's have like a orange computer, I think. There we go. Something like that. Looks good. Looks good. Orange computer in a blue room. We're going to need some light in here for when it gets dark. Not going to need a lot of light. In fact, let's go with... can we go with wall lights? No, actually, they'll be a bit awkward, I think. Let's go with a floor lamp. There we go. A floor lamp there should do. And we're going to need some cooling and some heating in this room. There are some very basic... What's our funds looking like? 5,000 left. So we've got enough. We've got plenty at the moment. So we'll go with ventilation, which is 90. We'll stick one... where should we stick it? Yeah, we'll stick it there with the radiator. Is there anything else? Oh, coffee machine and all that kind of thing. We could have a look at that. Coffee is very important. How can you live without coffee, eh? Let's go with a fridge. Fridge can go there. And let's have a table to put the coffee machine on. Just a basic table for this one. And a standard coffee machine. There we go. No toilet. Our person doesn't necessarily need a toilet, which is a bit strange, I realise. But we will add a toilet for as and when we add more people to our software company. But we don't need that just now because apparently our own character doesn't use the toilet. Does have coffee though. Let's go for some decoration in here as well. Let's stick a clock on the wall. And we'll have a desk plant. There we go. Not a face plant, but a desk plant. So there we go. Nice little office set up there. Let's move the walls out of the way. There we go. So we can see what we're doing now. Take it out of build mode. And there is our little office near the road. Ready to roll. So we haven't arrived at work yet. This is, oh, there we go. It's jumping forward to the next day, ready for us to come to work. So let's have a look at what we're going to do. We're going to start off with a contract job. And it's going to be a short contract job. It's going to be... yeah, that's a good one, actually. Oh, clock and thermostat. A logistics application. There we go. It needs a command line feature. It's a logistics application. And they'll give us 4,322 for it. 846 of that will come up front. Requires 0 artists and should take 1 month for 1 person. So we are going to accept that job. We don't have any source control management system yet. We're going to accept that job, and there we go. We've been given the 846, and hopefully I myself shall turn up soon to start working on that. Let's speed up time until I arrive. Oh, there I am. And there we go. I've started work, and up here we can see the nature of the job that we're doing. I've stopped for coffee already. Look at that. I've been in at work like half an hour. Oh, that's a point. Hang on. Manage the teams. Let's force me to stay an extra hour. 8 until 5 p.m. for the core development team. So this is the job that we've taken on. It's called City Carrot. It's a small logistics application. We are currently designing it, and we are 11% of the way through that. It's being done by the core team, and the elements required are just general elements. So if it required like 2D art or anything like that, that would appear in there separately. But this should be a relatively easy job for us to get through. And what we need to do is fill up this section up to this blue line. So let's fill speed time up a little bit and slow it back down. 98, 99, and hopefully when it gets to 100 we can hit develop, and that switches us to the alpha stage from the designing stage, and now we are actually developing this application, and that's going quite fast as well. So let's speed up time for that and slow it down as we get to the end. 99, 100, and then we can, there we go, we can see that I've finished. I'm resting. You can see my armpits through my t-shirt. That's an interesting graphical bug. We're going to promote it to beta. We have to go through a delay phase first, which I haven't quite worked out what affects the delay stage, but you have to go through the delay stage, and then there we go, it automatically switches to beta, and we go through fixing any bugs that we might find. We fixed 1 bug, and I'm guessing it's going to be 2 bugs. Here we go, we fixed 2 bugs. Back to sleep, okie doke, and then we're ready to release, and it's gone. There we go, we've been paid for that. Finished contract for a net worth of 3,476 euros in February 2080. So contract work, that kind of contract work, you know, feet up on the desk, look through the computer and everything. Terrible. Where's he going? Oh, is that the end of his day? Oh yeah, because I didn't change his working day until after he had started. So there we go. He's off now. Off on the bus, and then we skip to the next day. So for this day, we're going to develop some of our own software rather than doing a contract job for someone else. And this is going to be the bread and butter of our company. We shall start off. Hold on. Let's pause time. Let's have a look at what software is available on the market at the moment. This is where we see all the software that is available. We'll do it by release dates. There we go. So this year so far, there have been a game engine, a visual tool, a game, and a second visual tool released. Last year, which was obviously this was all simulated, the most recent releases have been audio tool, visual tool, operating system, game, audio tool, game. Operating system is an interesting one because obviously we need to release things for the operating system. Let's have a quick look at that and see its features. Terminal, keyboard input, PC speaker, GUI, multitasking, and multi-threading. GUI is good because that means we can develop for this operating system and do some 2D development. I don't know what their share of the market is going to be. We'll have to see, or indeed what their license fee is going to be. We shall have to see. But, I mean, Visual Tool, horrible quality. Visual Tool, good quality. A good quality game. Good quality audio tool there. The last outstanding release was a game there. That's an outstanding operating system, which is good. This one's a great operating system. Let's check the details of that one. Does that have GUI as well? No, that one doesn't. So this one, I believe, is going to be the first operating system with a GUI included. In fact, let's just have a look at operating systems only. Kicktrip seem to be in the operating system business, releasing Tiger Flash and Sloth as their, and Botos actually. All of those are from Kicktrip. So the IntOS from Sideclap Corp had a GUI. Tiger Flash doesn't. Does OptiStop? Let's have a look. OptiStop does, so that's good. Tiger Flash OS 4 probably doesn't because OS 5 doesn't either. There we go. SlothX, does that one have a GUI? No, it doesn't. So we're going to probably need to target OptiStop and the IntOS for the first wave of our products. So we can go for develop software. We'll start with a visual tool because a visual tool is kind of the basis of lots of other things. It won't be open source, it won't be in-house, and we don't have an SCM because we don't have any servers yet, but we're going to add some operating systems to this. Now we have to watch the license fee because we only have 8,000 in funds, but that has 97% coverage for a 7,000 license. I think we need to do another contract to give us a few more funds so that we can get a license for that operating system. So that's what I'm going to do. Let's take another contract on. See, they still say that should only take 1 month, and that's quite a high payout. So let's accept that. It might take more than 1 month, I suspect. Let's hit play. Let's speed up time until our guy arrives. Where is he? Once we've got a bit of cash, I'll add a car park for him so he doesn't need to take the bus. But there we go. He's arrived. He started working. He's made the floor a bit dirty. Actually, we can't see if the floor is dirty because of the colour of these carpets. So I am actually going to change these carpets, make them a bit lighter. Ooh, that's an ugly colour. Let's make them a very light blue, like the walls. Apply. There we go. So now we can see, there we go, the dirt on the floor. So at some point we'll need to hire a cleaner to come and clean those up for us. He has started working on Chicken and Eat Inc.'s small embedded system. We are designing it at this point. Hopefully it won't take very long. 9,604. Our funds have gone up. Why did our funds go up? Oh, because sorry for the upfront payment for the contract that we just accepted. So that's good. We are designing, so let's speed up. Let's get the design process done. Do. Tap 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 tap. 3:30. Okay, so we've got to get this done tomorrow. It's going to be finished probably. And there we go, that's 100%. Switch to develop. If you don't switch it to develop at that point, he will overdevelop a little bit because he hasn't got a leader to tell him that, you know, he's finished and he needs to stop working on it. So characters, your staff will overdevelop a product, overdesign a product, let's say, if you don't stop them. But then once you get to alpha, then they're okay. They only design to the... Oh, there he goes, he's off. At 5 o'clock. Next day, it should come back in. There we go. Quick cup of coffee. And hopefully we'll get this done today. We can get this one released. And then we will be moving on to creating our own software. 100%. Go to sleep. There you go. Promote it to the beta stage. It goes through the delay. We speed that up. Whoops. There you go. Going through beta. Fix 2 bugs. Fix 3 bugs. A few more bugs in this one because of the design. Took a bit more. 5 bugs, 6 bugs done, and release. There we go, 16,966. That is enough for us to license that operating system. So it is time to go back to developing software. Let's pause the game. Visual Tool, add. Oh, and a new operating system has been released whilst we were doing that. It has 0% coverage at this point, which is fair enough. Features, no GUI. So there we go. So let's go for, well, let's produce this visual tool for the int os, because it has 97% coverage, which you're not going to get much better than that. It supports image editing as opposed to just image viewing, so we will make this an image editing package, and we will give it some quality assurance, which reduces the innovation but drastically increases the stability. And let's come up with a name for it. You can randomly generate names, but let's go for Visuel. My penchant for adding ELL to virtually anything. Visuel is going to be our first visual tool. It's an original IP. It's not open source or in-house. We have no servers with which to develop it. It's going to support the int OS. It will be image editing with quality assurance. ETA less than a year. No artists needed. Expected interest of 100%. OS coverage 97.93%. License cost of 7,000. Recommended team size 3. Now, that is just a recommendation. We don't need to use 3 people. We are going to develop that with the core team, and we're going to hit play. And he's going to start the design process. Now, your own projects work slightly differently to contracts because we don't have a line as a target as to where we are aiming for to complete the contract. We develop it as much as we want to develop it. So the idea will be that we take this all the way up to the end so that it will be outstanding quality as opposed to horrible quality, which is where it starts. You'll see that it takes general and 2D. The design phase has general and 2D design involved. So it will take a while for this to be developed. But hopefully it will generate us quite a lot of funds when we actually do release it. Now, I'm going to add some marketing to this. We have 9,000 funds here. 5,850 for our marketing budget. Oh, he's finished. He's off home now. I'm going to start a marketing campaign for that. Even though it hasn't been released yet, you can market your products both before and after release. There we go. Skip to the next day. And that will hopefully boost our sales. Now, we're not particularly good at marketing, so we probably won't get very far through the marketing process because obviously we're designing the application at the same time. But the marketing will help boost the sales of our application, our visual tool that we are making. Let's have a quick look at our bills. Our bills are €313 a month, so that is perfectly manageable for a good few months. We're going to have about 3,000, so it can take about 10 months before we're going to start struggling for funds and maybe have to put it on hold and do a contract instead or something like that. So there we go. That's our first piece of software in the design phase. Come, hurry up and get to work. And there we go. Get working on it. Stop for a cup of coffee, of course. There we go. So let's speed up time, and you'll see the design process takes quite a long time. So at maximum speed, it takes a little while to go through the process. But the more you develop it, the better the quality of the product will be. Obviously, it costs you less if you release it earlier because it takes less development time. If you've got loads of staff working on something, it takes less staff. But obviously, it's horrible quality. Now it's bad quality. So if we released it now, it wouldn't get as much of an uptake as it would if we design it and develop it that little bit more. So there we go. Now, what we're going to do, we are going to let's jump to the next day, July 1980. In July 1980, we are going to leave Ellbristow to design visual, and we are going to call this the end of the episode. If you've enjoyed watching this and you would like to see more, then please hit the like button so that I know that you want to see some more. I'm not going to make this a like for more series, at least not at this stage, but we will see what kind of response we get as to how far this series goes. I'm quite excited about playing this game. I play it quite a lot on my own, so I really hope that you guys do want to see this on the channel, because I'd really love to share it with you as I'm playing through it. So thank you for watching, everybody. I've been Ellbristow, you've been watching Ellitopia Gaming, and this has been Software Inc. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and as always, don't forget to support the indies, and I will see you next time. And come on. No, don't lose grip. Fall on. That's it. Whew, that was hard work.